make sure my baby right. You know what I'm saying? Now you trying to make sure I'm right. Make sure I'm right. You know what I'm saying? All right, we back. I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
And this is Jana After Dark. How you feel?
Good. Episode 12.
Episode 12. We getting up there. I remember we was figuring out if we wanted to do episode 1. Now we here. You know
now
what
we
I'm
in
saying?
double digits.
Yeah, Ramadan is coming to an end.
Yes. Getting ready for Eid.
Yes.
It's been a blessed one.
Yeah, it's definitely been a blessing. This is my second year. I don't really feel like I did a lot of giving back, but I didn't fast as much as I think I should have or I wanted to. Not should have. You do what you can and what you.
Right.
God accepts it all, but I feel like I could have fasted more.
Well, your intentions were good.
All right.
We work on things every year.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things going on in the world. We don't like dwelling on the mess. But if I wanted to come in here and be messy right now,
But we're not being messy.
I'll keep that for the bedroom. I keep that for when we like eating our popcorn at night and we just talking about stuff. But it's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on.
Like, y'all should be lucky I don't want to come in here and explore the Explore page. But,
They have the Explore page to do that.
Yeah, so we'll start this off by talking about something a little bit more positive than the filth on the Explore page in the world right now. So Dawn Staley made history.
Yay.
Shout out to Dawn Staley. If I had some, you do the clapping. If I had a little clap machine, I'd clap it up for Dawn Staley.
The ladies is doing it big.
She made history. Shout out to Caitlin Clark too.
Yes.
Shout out to all of the females that balled out this year.
Made it to the playoffs.
NCAA.
Yes.
Women's basketball.
Yes.
I want to make that very clear.
Yes.
Angel Reese, Flo J, Caitlin Clark, Camilla.
Yeah.
South Carolina is. I don't want to miss anybody, but there was a lot of
There was
girls
a lot of
that
great
balled out. I can
women
honestly
this
say
year,
I
yes.
watched women. I watched the women's NCAA tournament more than I watched the men's this year.
And you're not the only one. I seen a lot of people talking about it. The news was covering it more, and just coming from a place where we remember when the WNBA had just got started.
Yeah.
So to see this much coverage for women in college, and potentially going to the WNBA or wherever their, journey leads them, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them. I didn't play basketball, but I had a lot of friends that played basketball, and they were good. They were good, but they didn't get as much coverage as they're getting now that they got 20-something years ago.
And it's a lot of money involved in it, too.
It's a lot more money into it. And I was telling you the other day, I hope a lot more of the women get higher salaries. I hope we're fighting for that. I mean, they're making it in college now, but the WNBA still don't even make half of what the men
I feel
make.
like the women...
And they deserve it.
Should be making more. I'm not going to sit up here and say, the women should be making just as much
but
as
they're not even making half of what the guys
That's not up to me.
Making.
None of this is up to me.
Right.
But I do wish that the women
can make more.
Would be able to make more of a living and make a livelihood out of making it to the WNBA.
Yes, because they're definitely putting in the work. They're definitely putting in it. And they always do.
And I will say, a lot of these girls that's getting this recognition for balling, Paige, like I said, Paige, Angel, Caitlin,
so many of them. I even
South Carolina.
Yeah.
They went undefeated and won the national championship.
Yes,
they went undefeated last year and lost in the semifinals to Caitlin Clark.
Well, she went undefeated 3 years. Let's put some respect on her name.
Yeah, I think in the last 3 years.
Respect.
I think in the last 3 years. Don't quote me, but y'all can jump in the comments, like, share,
not
comment,
undefeated
subscribe.
3. She lost how many games?
I think in the last 3 seasons, Dawn Staley is 109 and 3.
I'm sorry. So there was 3 games lost.
I think in the last
That's
3
close to
years,
undefeated 3 years.
Dawn Staley and South Carolina University are 109 and 3.
That's crazy.
And in the last,
that's damn near undefeated.
And in the last 3 years, she won 2 national championships.
Yes.
I just told y'all last year, Dawn Staley and South Carolina University, they lost to Iowa and Caitlin Clark in the semifinals. That's the game before the championship. So technically, if they would have won last year, that would have been 3 years
years
in a row that they just won championships.
Yeah.
And they would have been 110-2.
But to only have lost 3 games, that's damn near like going undefeated in over 100 games.
Nah, they got to put a lot of respect
That's crazy.
on Dawn Staley's name as a coach.
And like I was explaining to my sister the other night, she was in one of the first classes of the WNBA. So I remember, hearing her name growing up, hearing about her in college, and then making it to the WNBA. And I had to remind Iman, I had sent her the clip of when she was on Martin.
Oh, yeah.
So my sister's a little younger than me. So she was like, oh, I remember that episode, but I didn't know that was her. And I'm like, yeah. That's how long she been putting in work.
Yeah, for a long time.
Blessed.
And
she been blessing us for
South
years.
Carolina lost all 5 of their starters last year. All 5 of their starters either graduated or left or transferred or, whatever. Yeah. So this year was like basically a rebuild year.
Of a whole new starting 5.
And they went undefeated again. Yeah. So it's like definitely shout out to Dawn Staley. Yeah. Much respect. Salute to you. Salute to
and all the ladies that's making
the South Carolina University Women's National Championship team. Yes. Salute to y'all. Y'all balled out. Salute to all of the girls that made it to the championship, the Final Four,
and the ones that didn't.
8,
they
the
put
Sweet
work
16.
in as well. Yes.
Whatever you did this year for women's basketball.
To contribute to it, yes.
To contribute to putting more lights and more cameras on women's basketball. Salute to you.
Yes.
Definitely.
I mean, it's amazing to see it because we don't take it for granted because when we were growing up, girls didn't get that recognition. And I see so many girls that start young, like Journey's age, and their dream is to become a WNBA star. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And
I think it's amazing.
Hopefully when they do become a WNBA star, it's to the point where there's so much money involved in it.
And so
you
much
can change
coverage.
your whole family's life off
yeah.
getting drafted to the WNBA the same way you can in the NBA.
Definitely, because the girls go to practice just like the guys. They start when they're very young.
They're going hard.
And they're going hard.
So,
salute to all the ladies.
All of the women's basketball
teams.
Players that are out here just shining, making people put more lights on women's basketball.
The women in high school are really doing their thing. I know the girls' basketball team in Anthony School. They did their thing.
Shout out to Juju Watkins too. Yeah, she a freshman, but she went crazy this year. So definitely shout out.
So it's so many girls from middle school, elementary, middle to high school. Anthony's girls basketball team did their thing this year. I went to a couple games, and the girls is putting it down.
Yeah.
We shout out to all the females in basketball. We appreciate it. I remember when it wasn't like it is now. So it's a huge thing for the girls to make this type of noise right now in 2024. We don't take it for granted. We remember when they wouldn't cover us that much. Yeah. So I'm happy to see it.
What do you think about minimum wage going up to $20?
Oh God, this is going to tell my age.
No, I was about to say, cause I remember when I first got a job when I was a teenager. When you're young, well, I don't know what it is now, but when we was young, once you become 14, you could get like your work summer youth permit, and you could work summer youth and stuff like that. That was like our first real jobs as kids. I think minimum wage might have been like $4 when I started getting like summer jobs and stuff like that. And that was like minimum wage for whether you was a kid, a teenager, adult, it was just minimum wage was $4.
Definitely.
And so to see now that it's $20, it's like, man, that's good. And then when you look and you see the next day, they be like, oh, all of the 99-cent stores are closing. Or they just laid off this many people. Like they just did this. It's like everything is changing. I mean, I saw a guy on the news. He was not I'm not laughing at what he said, but he was like, "Yeah, man, I got 5 kids." He said, "I'm gonna have to think twice about taking them to McDonald's to get Happy Meals and stuff like that because if the minimum wage goes up, everything, the food have to go up.
The food been going up.
The gas has to go up.
So they're trying to
everything
distract
has
us.
to go up.
I feel like they're distracting us with saying, "Oh, minimum wage went up to $20." But you're not addressing the fact that the value meals are like over $10 now. So it's like
eggs. Just buying eggs.
But just going to get a cheeseburger meal now, you're not gonna do it with $5. There was a time that $5 was a lot. You're barely buying just a sandwich for $5. Yeah. So now I feel like it's a distraction to say, "Oh, we're giving them $20 an hour." It sounds amazing, but when you go through the drive-thru,
it's like, how are
you
giving them $20 an hour. Like,
so they're gonna start,
where's this surge of income coming
they're
from?
gonna cut some of the jobs. That was already stated. They're going to cut some of the jobs. And there's a lot of layoffs
going on right now, too, not just in fast food.
Because they're going to cut some of the jobs and they're going to raise the prices for the product. So it's like they're trying to even it out, but the cost of living is going up. So it's like, you really can't enjoy the $20.
When you were young and you worked at McDonald's as a teenager, what was minimum wage? What were you getting?
It was like $5 and some change.
$5 and some change. And then...
And that was like 95, 99.
What did it go... What did your minimum wage go to, like, as the years went on?
As the years went on,
like your first couple jobs,
it went from like 5 something to 6. Then I remember it being like 7. So it was hopping up, but
the economy was changing.
Was moving. It was changing. The internet had taken over. Cell phones was around.
Remember when the internet came?
Online shopping had took place, so everything had changed.
Yes, online shopping. That's true. Remember when the internet came, and that took away a lot of jobs. Kind of similar to how like AI. The artificial intelligence thing is, they laying off so many people because they know even if they don't have the technology right now, they know it's going to get to a point where you don't need to be spending this much money on employees to do things that a computer can analytically do for you.
Well, that's why they used to tell us, and both of us, we went to vocational schools, and I remember when we filled out the application for our high school, and we were checking off the subjects that we would like, and everybody kept telling us, make sure you major in something in high school. Make sure you major in something with computers because computers are going to take over. And we went to high school in 97, and there were people taking electronics and graphic arts. That's what Daria took, and carpentry and so many different things. But as we were filling out the applications, I remember everybody telling us, make sure you do something with computers because they're going to take over. And sure enough, by the time we graduated, it was totally different. Like the job markets were different. Your experience had to be different. And like you said, we were going through where they were laying off for jobs that typically you could stay at for 20, 30 years. Now those jobs weren't available.
Yeah.
So everything had changed and you got to adjust. I feel like now we're at another point where we got to adjust with like the AI stuff. So now they're taking over more jobs, but there are certain things that we still need people for. You just gotta adjust. You just gotta make those adjustments.
Yeah, I seen the Amazon thing where they do you can just basically it's no cashiers. I think it was the Amazon like the shops where you could just scan things, the grocery store thing. I think they closing those down. Or if they're not closing them down, they're closing a bunch of them down. They laying a bunch of people off. Like, so, with the minimum wage going up to $20, that's not just a fast food thing, neither. We just talking about fast food because when we go back to our earliest jobs as
that was like a
getting minimum wage, like, it was like fast food and certain jobs and things like that. But $20 for minimum wage, that can go so many different ways. You got to think somebody that could be working at a gas station could be possibly making $20 an hour. $20 it's people that tuck their shirt in, put a name tag on, and go downtown and work on the 38th floor of a building for a $1 billion company that may not make $20 an hour. So
but then it's going to take away jobs for people.
It's going to take away
for
so
example,
many jobs.
I remember seeing on the news, they was like, wow, McDonald's is going to raise the minimum wage to $20, but now they're not going to have as many cashiers because now they have the touch screens where you can order for yourself.
And by the time you get to the front, it's done already.
It's done already. So they don't need 5 cashiers at the front. They just need more people making the food.
So that's taking away 5 jobs from somebody.
Yes.
From somebody who that was their way of living.
Because when I worked McDonald's, we would have 4 and 5 cashiers plus the people in drive-thru. So they were just designated as cashiers. I was most of the time designated in a drive-thru. And the people that worked in the back for the food, that's just what they did. So if they take away those in the front and they just got people helping in the back in the drive-thru, that's taking away jobs. Yeah. So you got to adjust. You have to adjust.
You got to adjust. Shout out to the Jets. We stunk it up. Okay. We stink it up a lot, but I'm a Jets fan. So I just feel like. I like this outfit. Thank you. You feel my swag right now? Yes. If I wasn't your man, could I walk up to you like what you mean I ain't fresh? I ain't fresh.
I don't think that's the first thing you want to say.
Remember, I saw a meme, and I just showed it to you, and it was about the old phones. It was like, man, don't make me feel that old. Looking at all these old phones, and they had all of these old phones in a museum.
Yeah.
and they had like
sidekicks.
Yeah, they had stuff that was like, come on, yo. They had like the Razor, the Blade. Remember the Blade phone?
I remember the Blade. You had the Razor, didn't you?
I had the Razor, but that's a whole nother story. You know what? Now I'm gonna share this story because I'm not with them no more. So I was with Sprint at this time, right?
Nah, everybody started off with Sprint.
Real talk. I was with Sprint. And this is when
Nights
they had.
weekends.
Oh man! All right, people, look. I don't know how old.
Tell our age.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Jump in the comment section right now and tell us if you remember free nights and weekends.
Was that your first phone you paid for? Mine was Sprint that I paid for. I had a few pre-fades, but the Sprint was the first one I paid for
was like a Nokia joint, and I might have bought some minutes.
No, I mean like you had a bill.
Sprint.
Yeah, mine
it
was
it might have been a Sprint phone.
Yeah, I had a Sprint flip phone. It was a silver one.
I'm trying to think, did I have a Nextel before the Razor?
I might have. You was doing it big. You was chirping?
Nah, but my managers had got me that.
You was chirping?
Yeah, I was chirping. But I didn't have no. See, they was using them for different reasons. Like street dudes was using the Nextels for. They just figured they couldn't go to jail on those. But I think the first joint I went and got in my name, and they might have ran my credit, and I felt good leaving that the little box and all. It was a Razor phone, and they cut me off on a Saturday night for 10 cents. They said I went over my spending limit. And I'm like, hold on, but I got a bill. I don't got to pay you until next month. And it was like, yeah, but you went over the spending limit. This is when you had to, like, texting would take your bill to a whole nother level.
You had to pay for text.
Like, sending a text message would take, we didn't have no color. You couldn't send no pictures. That wasn't even a thing. No. Sending something with words.
It took forever, and you had to pay for it.
Yeah, I think my first phone that I paid for was a Sprint Razor phone. Which one was yours?
It was a flip phone. I don't remember the model, but I had like the Nokias when I was buying minutes.
Yeah,
the first one I paid for. I had the Sidekick, but that wasn't under my name.
When I met you, you had a Sidekick.
No,
I had a Sidekick.
No, I didn't have a Sidekick.
I think I had a Sidekick because my joint was like the statue at T-Mail.
It was. No, I didn't have a Sidekick.
You sure you didn't have a Sidekick? Because I thought it was like.
No, I was past the Sidekick by then.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't act like I was out of the loop.
I didn't say you was out of the loop.
So what you had when I met you?
I might have lost it and broke it by then.
So what kind of phone did you have when I met you?
I don't know. Might not have had a phone.
Because I definitely was the statue at T-Mail. T-Mail. Yo, if you ain't have don't tell me you was outside if you ain't have a T-Mail. This is before T-Mo.Blackberry or Blackberry.T-Mo and all that.
T-Mail, I was talking to you through email, so I didn't have a Sidekick.
That's how loopy the Sidekick was. You could be email.
I didn't have email.
Then they came out with the Sidekick.
The
2 had the color.
Yes.
I keep telling people the worst phone that I ever bought was look. Jump in the comments right now if you remember the Google phone.
Oh, I didn't have the Google phone.
Oh, it was bad.
I didn't have the Google phone.
Shout out to Google, but it was bad. It was bad. And then I became like a BlackBerry fanatic.
I was obsessed with the BlackBerry.
This wasn't really something that you would think that rappers liked, but rappers really enjoyed BlackBerries because if you're writing your rhyme and you got the keyboard in front of you, it's so much easier than using the pen. We were still using pens and papers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that little trackball on the BlackBerry, it used to break so much. Nah.
I just liked that the BlackBerry's email was like in real time. It didn't take long for you to get the emails. That's what I liked about the real
like mixy people used to be on BBM. You was on BBM?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you was mixy.
You used to be
mixy because you used to be having like a way message, like unavailable.
I didn't really too much have the way message, but I just like to talk to people through BBM. It was quicker, so I liked it.
BBM was for creeps.
Creeps.
Yeah, you could just text somebody. If you got my number, why are you hitting me on like BBM, like Messenger? Cause like the little
you don't need to know my phone number. The BBM was cool.
Oh, that's how girls was getting that off.
Yeah, we ain't give you the number. Everybody ain't have my number. I wasn't giving everybody my number.
I feel you on that.
I wasn't into that.
Well, I remember when the BlackBerries tried to go touchscreen, like the iPhones.
I tried it.
Over.
I tried it.
You had that?
I had to try screen.
That was the end. That was like Michael Jordan on the Wizards.
I had to finally give up to the iPhone, but I tried it.
Yeah, I think after that, that's when I gave in.
It was so little. I tried. Everybody was like, "You got to get an iPhone." I was still holding on.
And when you press it, it vibrate. When you press anything, the whole phone.
Yeah, it was small. So
it wasn't the one.
It was different. It was different.
Jump in the comments right now. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We want to know some of the phones that y'all had back in the days.
First phones
you know
had.
what I'm saying? Like you might have had a Palm.
First cell phone.
This sounds very crazy right now. They could never come out with this phone right now. The Palm Pilot. That is a very nasty, freaky name for an appliance.
The Palm Pilot.
The Palm Pilot is crazy. Oh
I don't know who named that phone.
Yo, man. Oh, man.
Crazy
the
times.
Palm Pilot is crazy, man.
Some crazy times in our day.
Oh, man. All right. This is something else I was talking about. Now, I wanted to talk about this for like the last few weeks, but sometimes we just start going and topics just rise to the top that wasn't even on the board, right? So I was talking about how scary that it used to be to just take a cab.
Yeah.
And I don't think many people understand that when you say that. It's like, yo, now you can call Uber or Lyft, right?
Well, you don't call them, you request them.
You request them. You request an Uber or a Lyft. Yes. And you see the person's face, their name, license plate. Well,
color
you know, you see all of that. You can
you can kind of watch.
You can watch how long. So just think back to when we as people, as vigilantes, used to just walk to the corner, put our hand out, and just get in somebody's car. Just get in. We just put our hand out, the car stops. We don't think we hitchhikers, though. In our mind, we're not hitchhiking. We just getting in a taxi. Cool. A guy pull up. He in like a Lincoln Town car or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about the ones that are not yellow cabs.
Yellow cab? Who's to say the yellow cab is verified?
But wait, are you describing the ones that have like the...
Nah, all right. You know what?
Plastic in the back seat?
We're going to walk through this. We just talking about...
There was two
plastic in the back seat with the window separating you and him. We talking about him. Let's talk about.
A little thing
you know what?
Open and put the money in.
Let's talk about him for a minute. All right. Oh, the joint where you slide it like that, put the money in and push
like
it up.
Thing.
And he got to give you a chain. He roll it up and go like that. All right. Well, let's talk about him for a minute, right? Bet. So we would just put our hand out. Middle of the night too. You could be going to see a chick. Chick might be coming to see you.
And then
you're
going by
cab.
yourself.
You might be drunk, separated from your friends after the diner. You hell in a cab. You get in the cab. Oh, take me to blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah Avenue. All right. You going.
You're getting in the crunchy leather seats. That's old.
Now, who's to say that this person isn't a serial killer?
Like it's not even close.
It smell like new car scent and cigarettes. Like he let certain people smoke in the back of the cab, but he want to be brand new with you tonight. Oh no smoking in my. You like fam? It just smell crazy. Like wild Marlboro's been smoked in here. Cool. Who's to say they can't just hit the locks on you and take you to a dark alley and kill you?
Because nobody even knows where you are.
When we were growing up, we did, and we would be talking to them crazy. Hey, yo, make a right. What are you doing? Yo, I'm not tipping you, yo. Who are you talking to?
Disrespectful.
This man will hit the locks and take. Just think of how crazy that is
very
to just get in somebody's car.
I couldn't imagine doing that right now.
I could never just held down a cab.
I can't
if I order an Uber sometimes or a Lyft and it look like somebody that might know me, yes, I'm stereotyping. You look like you might know me. You look like you might get in here and be like, nah, you ain't. You know who you look like? Nah, cancel trip. You know you get a certain amount of minutes to cancel the trip. Cancel the trip.
That is funny.
Man, you know how crazy mad you would be if you trying to get in an Uber to go somewhere real quick and you get in a car. It don't even got to be a dude, because saying it's a dude makes it very creepy.
Well, there's so many females.
It could be a female. And she just like, girl, like, I know you ain't acting like you not you. Like, what? Like, oh, girl, like, and you like, not today. You like, not today. This is the day you got the dad hat on. You got the bun, no lashes, no makeup, no nothing, freckles there. No nothing. You just like, not today, sis. Like,
she's like, today is the day.
After that day, you will always look at the person that's coming and be like, do they look like somebody that might know me?
Or just in general, if it's somebody that's driving the Uber that you may have known from like school or work or
I've never came across that. I never came across that.
Well, you don't take too many Ubers from where you grew up at, but just imagine, and somebody can jump in the comments and say this, if you ever took an Uber.
Yeah, jump in the comments and let us know.
Somewhere that you grew up at or that you went to school
and the driver was somebody you knew.
And the driver was somebody you knew and went to school with that you didn't really mess with like that.
That's a good one.
That is crazy. Can you imagine? Like, y'all used to sit at opposite lunch tables and you felt like they was giving you weird energy at school, and now they got your address and they picked you up.
Oh, I didn't even think that far. I was thinking, now you got to drop me off at the airport to go get a bag. Nah, it's past that. You know where I live at. Now I got to move. Now I got to. You really. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
So you think about like how crazy. I mean, it's pros and cons to both. We were getting in cabs that you couldn't track, but now people can get your everything.
Yeah, I'll be nervous with that, man. I was just really thinking about that. Like, man, we used to just really.
We did, but now
get
all
in a
the
cab after
there.
A club,
Imagine
3, 4 in the morning,
Uber.
and just give a person your mom's address. Yo, take me to so and so.
Imagine getting an Uber now around the corner from where you went to your middle school at, and somebody that you went to school with that still live in the area pick you up. And you get in the car and they're like, Jarvis?
Oh, no. You know what? You know what? I left my wallet. So you can let me out right here. I'm gonna call another one.
I'll wait for you. I ain't seen you in years.
I gotta talk to my moms about something. So I'm gonna just, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll walk.
Now they driving, but they telling everybody that you in the car because you're in their car. That's so weird.
Yo, I don't even want to talk about this no more.
It's a weird scenario.
Because that is crazy. That is, I've never came across that before.
You haven't, but I'm pretty sure there's people that have.
Definitely jump in the comments and tell us if y'all came across a situation like that.
Oh my God. Or like an ex, somebody that you
now
stopped
listen,
talking to.
If I ever get in an Uber or a Lyft, and one of my exes is behind the wheel. I don't know how would
quick, so you didn't really look at the face when you booked this.
No, how would you feel?
Oh my God,
this is a good question. How would you feel if we was getting in an Uber, right? Like we just land. We on vacation somewhere. We in Vegas. We just going away for the weekend. We in Vegas. We in Miami. We somewhere. And the car we called to the airport, the person that come pick us up is like one of your exes. Or one of my exes.
That would be like so awkward.
Like one of my exes.
That would be so awkward. So awkward.
And whoever the ex is, she giving you like, wow, like you're like, we asked her to come pick us up.
At that point, do you text me and be like, we can't take this Uber?
No, I'm petty. So I'm riding. I got the window. I'm asking, can I hit the vape? Yo, can I hit the vape pen in here? Like, I'm doing wild stuff.
But are you texting me?
Do you want? Oh yes, I'm definitely like, yo. I know this ain't who I think it is. Little big brother. He said, I know that ain't who I think it is.
God.
Nah. So what would you do if we got in an Uber and it was one of your exes?
Oh, I would definitely text you.
I know, but would you want?
I would definitely.
Would you want to get?
I want to get out, but if it's too late, I gotta let you know what's going on. Because you would feel the energy. I'm pretty sure I would feel the energy.
I think as a dude would he wouldn't say nothing. He'd just be looking out the window, wouldn't try to make no eye contact, nothing, turn the music. A dude would probably start putting on like subliminal music, like start playing some I don't ugly you. You just start playing wild stuff.
Like, bro, this
but a girl would I think a girl would be more like
turning the curb hard, doing stuff like
turning the curve hard and trying to ask
hitting
questions.
The brakes hard.
Oh, y'all a nice couple. How long y'all been together? Y'all look so nice. Y'all, let me take a picture of y'all. No. That's the this is her. Yeah, that's the this is her pic. Nah, let me take a picture too. Cause I got
like we gotten that in New York before.
Yeah, we got that.
Where
we got that.
Somebody used to do
but it wasn't.
it.
I don't think it wasn't bad.
Not blatantly, but I know they snapped some pictures of me and was like, "Girl."
Yeah, I think that happens.
Look who
sometimes.
Jarvis was with.
I think that happens sometimes.
This is baby mother. Baby mother.
I feel like I don't think dudes or any, and this is not a topic neither. We just stumbled on this, but I don't think any of your exes would do something like that because, I think at this point
they can find you now.
Yeah, they probably. It's not.
It's not hard to find you.
Yeah, I wasn't hiding you from the world. Like it's just you didn't have like social. But anybody who knew me, they knew exactly of you. But
I'm saying like if you was somebody that
because I know people be like, well, damn, if they say they've been together that long, where was she at all these years? It's like, no, she was right here.
I was here.
She was right here
in real time.
In real time, it's just sometimes everybody don't. We weren't always this. Like we didn't always want to set mics up in the crib.
No.
We didn't always have space to do this. Like. You know what I'm saying?
So or mentally have the space to do it.
Yes, you're
That's
right. Mentally have the space. Remember doing coat check at the club? When I met you, they was doing coat check at the club. It was just nice weather, so I probably wasn't checking the coat. But if you really think about that, when we used to go to the clubs, we used to take our coats off and give them to a stranger, and that would give us a ticket and just
hope that
throw our coat back there with everybody else's coat. In this nasty
When I was younger, I remember doing it, and then I remember as I got like a little older,
and we would actually think when we get back, our stuff is going to be in our pockets.
But I started hearing stories about like how people's pea coats was getting stolen and things like that. So I remember just saying,
Avorexes and
I'll just leave my coat in the car. I'll just have to be cold.
Oh, you was one of them girls in front of the club waiting to get in, like.
Yeah, I wasn't. It was very rarely that I like wore my coat to the. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have the hassle of that. And I don't ever want to think that I'm going to put my coat here and it's not. I
was definitely a clown.
Especially if I had like my fur or something. Oh, no.
Oh, you was coat checking the furs?
No, I said especially if I had it. I wasn't doing nothing like that.
Nah.
I was scared about putting the pea coat in there. So I definitely wasn't trying to put my fur in there.
Nah, I remember there was a couple times where I was a poop hut and I got the.
Did you lose your coat?
I don't think I ever lost my coat, but my man lost his coat one time.
Or you gotta wait.
I remember that's when I stopped doing that.
Or I used to hear stories about that. Or you get to the coat check and the fight broke out and it's like they're clearing out.
I usually knew the girls that worked at the coat check.
Look at you being a creep. I knew the girls.
I knew the girls that worked at the coat check. Not like I was messing with them or nothing, but if you go into the club every week, like on Thursday, this is a spot that you and your homies always go to. You start to know
he was clocking the hose.
Yo, Pac and Juice. They said, "What was you doing?" He said, "It's clocking the."
He was clocking the hose at the coat check.
Pac was wilding, but nah, you make sure you cool with somebody at the coat check. So when it's time to leave, that was so crazy with a coat check at the club. You had to literally. If you knew your peoples was leaving in 10 minutes, we out, 10 minutes.
Yeah, but what if a fight break out and then they clear everybody out and you can't get the coat check? That's what I used to always
That was
think.
spooky.
I didn't like that.
That was spooky.
I didn't like that.
I never got caught in anything like that where a fight broke out on a night where my coat was in coat check. But I have been in the club where I kind of was like, now I'm me. And it's like, we ain't checking no coat. You ain't taking my hat. Remember they used to try to make you put your fitted in a box?
Crazy. Put your fitted in a box.
Who are you talking to? Nigga, you know.
You know how much
You know how many times I had to brush in a pattern and a swirl in the middle of my head to get these waves to spin? And I sat like, nah, bro. Like, nah. And it's a certain way I got to wear the hat so y'all can see the taper.
And it's 30 people.
This one niggas was angling their hats. Like, niggas was doing stuff like, I ain't even going to do it right now because I'm going to look like my uncle. Shout out to my Uncle Dexter. My Uncle Dexter, he refuses to wear his hat on a straight forward thing. It's always like this. It's like this, or it's like one of these. You be like, yo, Ja, what's good, Ja? You know what I'm saying?
Now tipping it to the side.
Uncle Dex, man.
No, the hat up, tip to the side.
Like that?
Tilted.
Oh no, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I walk around looking like a pitcher before I do that. So it's a lot of concerts going down this year. Before we get up out of here, I wanted to ask you who are some artists that you want us to go see live this year?
I'm gonna say SWV and Escape first. I'm excited for that.
SWV and
one.
Escape.
I've never seen Escape live. I've seen SWV. You know, those are my girls. I've seen SWV.
I don't think I've ever seen either one. I
never seen Maya, 702. I never seen none of them.
What isn't it? It's a show coming up with all in the morning, or is it a tour?
It's a tour.
Who's on that tour? We don't know.
Maya, 702, Total. Well, I did get to see Total at the Bad Boy reunion tour.
Yes,
we seen him. And I seen Total in Jersey one time in Newark. But I never seen Escape live, so I'm really, really excited for that. Like that's one of my favorite groups, and I've never seen them live. You know,
I want to see
anything off of the. I mean, I love the first. I love their.
I like all
probably
of
their
Escape
first albums. 3 albums.
You like the first 4? You like the whole discography?
Well, the first 3 were my favorite. I'll say that. But the second one, Off the Hook, is my favorite. The one that looks like a phone. Yeah, that was my favorite.
That's the Who Can I Run To and all that.
Yes, that was my favorite. Fire. So I'm excited to see what songs they sing off of that. Just seeing them live, I love Escape.
I would say New Edition, but y'all took me to see New Edition last year.
I would definitely go see them again, though.
I would go see New Edition.
I would definitely go see them again. We've seen them last year, but I would definitely go see them again.
I didn't get a chance to see Tank when we went to go to
when we?
Yeah, I want to see Tank live. Tank.
Usher. We didn't get to see Usher.
We didn't get to see Usher.
And he's going back on tour.
Need to see Usher. Not the Super Bowl show was good. I like the Super Bowl show, but I want to see Usher in his entirety, like his whole stage show, like the whole hour or whatever he's gonna give me. And I want to go see Nicki's show.
Yes.
I think shout out to Nicki Minaj. I
haven't seen Nicki's show in years.
She's selling out everything. Every clip I see from Nicki Minaj.
Let's shout out Nicki for that. Yeah, it's unheard of. That's historical. Yeah, that she sold out the first female rapper to sell out the Garden.
Man, Nicki is the first female to do a lot.
Yes.
I don't come on this show. I don't publicly always champion Nicki Minaj or champion Drake or champion Lil Wayne because it looked like.
You just talking.
Stop, get off you know what I'm saying? Stop being a groupie, nigga. You ain't even down with them like that no more. But it's still always family forever. And whether I know Nicki Minaj or I don't, Nicki Minaj is the greatest female artist, like rap-wise. I'm not saying she's greater than Beyonce. She's greater than Whitney Houston. No, in their field of what they do, they are the greatest. But in Nicki Minaj, in the field that Nicki Minaj is in, she is the greatest in her lane and her feel of what she do. We ain't never seen nobody take it to that level.
Things that she's
been doing. Same thing when people say with Drake, Drake ain't the best rapper. Look, I get it.
Well, everybody can have their own opinion.
We've never seen a rapper with more hits than Michael Jackson. Same thing with Jay-Z. I know there's a lot of great businessmen. I know that. But I ain't never seen nobody in hip-hop
do it the way he
do what Jay-Z did.
And continue to do.
He didn't come in as Rock Nation, you could sign to me and I'll make you a star.
Right.
He came in as the person that needed somebody to sign him and make him a star.
That nobody wouldn't sign. That was the issue. They wouldn't sign him.
He took business to a whole new level. So I like to see things like that.
Yeah, I would like to see. I haven't seen Nicki live in years, but
definitely want to see Nicki.
I definitely want to see Nicki, and shout out to Nicki. She's doing things that we couldn't even imagine, and she's a mother, a wife. Yeah, and she's still doing it.
Yeah, so
and doing it.
Her and
great.
Her husband and her son, they was at the Knicks game. Yeah. Papa Bear was trying to grab the ball, shoot a 3.
Papa Bear wanted to run across.
He was lit, man. I like to see that, man.
Yes, because she's a real mom in real time. She's doing it with her son, her husband. So I think that's just amazing that she's embracing that and incorporating that into what she was already doing. Yeah. So it's okay, going back to what we were saying earlier, there's a lot of things that females are doing now that wasn't glamorized 20, 30 years ago. So back in the day, being a mother and a female MC, they didn't really go toe-to-toe like how it is now. They were hiding when women were getting pregnant and telling them their careers was over. So to see her sell out so many arenas with a toddler in real time, that's amazing. So that alone is great. And I'm happy for her because I'm a mother. Happy. Everything else comes secondary. We parents first. So to see somebody still do it and embrace that and bring her son along for the ride, it's amazing. I love to see people do that. Beyonce does it. J-Lo does it. So many people do it and they incorporate their kids for the experience. And I think it's amazing that women can still do that and be bosses in their lane. Yeah. And it's amazing. Guys been doing it forever, but to see women do it and they do it great. That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Shout out to Nicki. Spoke to her the other day. All love. Anytime I speak to Nicki, she all love. You could call Nicki and be like, yo, Nick, can you send me blah, 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 blah? Oh, of course. I have it out there tomorrow. Like, Nick is all love with Nick. And
she will stop a live for you. She stopped live for you in the middle of the night.
I go on Nick. I see she live. I go on Nick. Hey, Millsy. Hey, bro. Hey. Like,
don't hang up. I got to talk to you, brother.
Nicki is definitely one of those people who people always ask me, yo, bro, why you don't got a song with Nicki? Why you don't call Nicki? And it's like, because that's how you annoy somebody. You annoy somebody when every time you hit them, you asking for something.
Yeah,
just tell them, I hope you're doing good. Good to see you out there killing
Sometimes
it.
it's just happy to talk to old friends.
Yeah,
you don't have to always want something.
She'll just reach out, hey brother, hey.
Yeah.
But that's the love. The love ain't always I need something.
You don't want to always have to need something. It's like when I spoke to Baby Boy the other day. Shout out to Baby Boy. We went to college with him. He was like a brother to me in school, and I was telling you, it's just good to talk to people. He's now married and he's doing well, and it's just good to talk to people that you grew up with during different points in your life and to see that they're doing good. And all you're saying is congratulations. I'm happy for you.
It's nothing
wrong
with
he's
telling
like, I
somebody,
see you and Jay. Y'all doing the podcast.
There's nothing wrong with telling somebody you proud of them.
Yeah, you don't always have to want something.
And that's it. I'm proud of you and keep making me proud of you.
That's cool.
That's it. You know,
so.
Oh, we say at the same time.
We try.
So we're going to get up out of here. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Tell us what old phones you had.
And who you want to see this summer in concert.
Tell us who you want to see live this summer. Tell us how you would feel if you got in an Uber and it was one of your exes or somebody that used to get crazy with you in school or at an old job or something like that.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? I am Jae Millz.
And I am Dana.
I love you. We love each other. You should love each other, too. We see y'all next week.
Yes.
Love.